Pregame.com.
Pregame.tv, welcome back. I took a week off. I am revitalized here with Fire the Cannons, Brady Kannon, 2011 Super Contest winner, LVH. We're going to be talking college football, though. Who's going to win the national championship? And Brady, a lot of talk about where is everyone going to be in the rankings at the end of this week. I don't care. We're going to talk about projections and who's going to be there at the end of the year and clear this all up.
Right. And I really like, I think clearly the two best conferences this year are the SEC and the Pac-12. The ACC is certainly very strong with Florida State. Miami's looking good, Clemson. But I think the winner is going to come out of the Pac-12 or the SEC. Obviously, there's already lines up on Alabama versus Oregon. Right now, I'm still a Duck fan.
You're a Duck fan. I too am a Duck fan, and I did play the SEC to win it all, so I'm an SEC fan. So my worst scenario, I just want to see Oregon get there against Alabama. But I went ahead and looked at the schedules, the projections. And here's what everyone needs to know. Alabama wins out, they're in, obviously.
Right.
They lose, they're done. They cannot drop again. They have about a 50-50 shot.
Well, they don't have a strength of schedule.
And no way they're going to let a one-loss team in over a team from a power conference that goes undefeated.
Right.
And so that pretty much, same thing is true for Oregon. They're in because it doesn't matter where they are against FSU. FSU will beat up on the Cupcakes at the end of the year while Oregon's playing the Stanfords and the Pac-12, the Pac-12 title game. They're in. Those two control their destiny.
Right.
Florida State is the odd man looking out. It's counterintuitive. They have the best chance of those three to go undefeated.
Yeah.
But they need a loss. But they have probably about a 75% chance to get there if they win out with Alabama and Oregon. And we see what happens last year. We saw Oklahoma State one year lose to Iowa State.
Right.
This sort of thing happens.
Now, who do you think of those three teams? I think most people would agree those are the best three teams in the country, Florida State, Alabama, and Oregon. Who's your pick of those three?
Alabama. I think Alabama is still much superior. I was making a case for Oregon to bet them plus 3.5, but I tell you, that's just a good bet. When they actually play, I'll be the one cutting in line to be laying the 1.5 on Alabama because I really think after all that time off, give me the better defensive team and the team with the less quirky offense. That maybe, we saw what happened when Oregon played in the national title game against Auburn and how they struggled offensively.
Do you think Florida State would have a better chance against Alabama than Oregon?
No. And I think Florida State is with a freshman quarterback who can't even see.
Saban would figure out a way to distract him.
They have a blind man playing quarterback for them. How are they going to win?
With a month of preparation. Now, who's your long shot? Who's out there, sitting out there, a little bit under the radar maybe that could possibly get into this game if Alabama and Oregon take a loss or, Florida State, whatever?
Exactly. And here's where we get into the scheduling dynamics. Even though I think Baylor is better than Ohio State, and even though if two of those top three teams lose, Baylor's the next man up, but they have a juggernaut of a schedule. So even though I think that they're in almost that same class, they're not going to get there. They're going to drop a game. All right. So my dark horse is this crappy Buckeye team that's no good, but they have an over a 50% chance to get through, run the table, and if they do, they have about a 50-50 shot of two of those top three teams losing, actually. So they almost have, given they win, so that would be a 1/4 chance to get into the title game when, if they do so, they'll pull the Notre Dame of last year. They'll be getting 10.
And I would hate to see them in the title game because I just think overall, talent-wise, they're not. I don't know if they're a top 5 team in the country, but Baylor, to answer my own question, Baylor is my team that I'm not ready to count out. That might be worth a little future bet. That team is unbelievable. They're laying 14, 15, 16 points at Oklahoma on Thursday night. I wouldn't be surprised if they cover that number.
Yeah, well, here's the problem, though. I got them only with about a 1/4 chance. We talk about those future odds, and what can we get on Baylor? Maybe 8-1.
Right.
They only have a 1/4 chance to run the table based on their difficult schedule. And given they run the table, they only have a 1/2 chance to even get to the national title game.
And the 8-1's not good enough.
Well, it's 8-1 to get into the title game. Then they got to go ahead and beat Alabama, and you got to beat Alabama. Good luck with that. I'm going to go ahead and I know we're going quicker with videos. I'm going to make a projection. Why not? Alabama's going to win the national title this year. They're going to have one scare. I don't think it's going to be against LSU this week. Maybe they slip up, play a bad game against Auburn. Maybe it's in the SEC title game. I think they'll slip up there. They won't play so well. They'll get by with the win. They'll go undefeated. Saban will have his time off, and then they will whack Florida State or Oregon. I don't know who. Makes it on through, and another championship for Roll Tide. Buckeyes, no chance. Sorry. You got your cheerleaders aren't as pretty as the other schools, and your team's not as good. Maybe next year for the team, not the cheerleaders.
I'm going with anybody but Alabama, and this is a little bit more of a bet with my heart, but 3 in a row would be really remarkable, and I think the odds are against accomplishing that. So I'm going with Oregon. Like I said at the start, I'm a Duck fan. I am a Pac-10 born and bred, or Pac-12, Pac-10 back then, I guess, Pac-12 now. I'm going with the Ducks.
Very good. Well, maybe it'll be the Ducks in Alabama. Stay with us. Pregame.tv. We're going to be breaking down NFL and a little college football. Vegas Runner will be joining us shortly. Stay with us. Pregame.tv.